Wow, just wow. I honestly don't even know what else to say to open up this video other than the fact there are a lot of really big things going on right now, and we just got some more really big developments here in the last couple hours, which I do want to talk about and discuss in this video, so I think we should jump into it as we have a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. First off, I think all of us can probably agree we're living through a very interesting and unique time. By the way, not in a good way. However, this is the fact of the matter. This is what is going on right now. This is the situation we're dealing with and living through, and ultimately we need to discuss how this is going to impact us. Because let's be real, this is all going to impact us in some way, shape, or form, and we ultimately need to know what is going on globally with the Ukraine and Russia situation, as well as some of the ramifications as far as how that's going to impact us right here in the United States. I want to jump into this a little bit further here. There's a lot going on and ultimately some really big developments here that I want to discuss further. All right, so let's get right into this. So first off, like I said, I think all of us are very aware with what is going on with the Russia and Ukraine situation. As a result of that, we're going to be feeling some of the pinch here in the United States as a result as well. Let me quickly jump back to the video that I posted just a couple hours ago. I want to reference a few things out of that. I hope you can stick with me on this because honestly, we need to know this information. Things are developing so incredibly fast right now. It is unbelievable. Honestly, it's like I can't even keep up with these things because they're happening so incredibly fast. But I want you to be aware of what is actually going on. All right, so in that video a few hours ago, I talked about oil prices and I talked about energy prices as well as gas prices. Very important. Now here's the thing. In that video, I said that as of right now, the national average for 1 gallon of gas is just under $4 a gallon. According to the experts and analysts, they're saying that we're probably going to see $4 per gallon tomorrow. I would say 100% they will be accurate. In fact, we're going to be pushing $5 a gallon probably very soon. Why do I say that? Because I'm going to share with you some information here in just a minute that's going to qualify the information that I'm telling you right here. So this is going on very rapidly here. About a week ago, maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't even think it was 2 weeks ago, the national average was just under $3.50, $3.49. In that short amount of time, we're going to be pushing some really record prices here. In fact, tomorrow is probably going to be a record. I can almost guarantee it. Tomorrow will be some record gas prices here in the United States. However, there's more to the story than just this. Let me talk you through the details on this. All right, so over the last couple days here, the administration as well as Congress has been talking about, discussing, and floating the idea of this embargo on Russian oil. In other words, basically banning Russian oil from coming into the United States. Well, here's the deal. According to my research, again, I'm no expert, this is just based on the information that I found and the research that I did. It looks like about 10% of our oil right here in the United States comes from Russia. However, we already have somewhat of an oil supply issues, right? There's not enough oil, therefore, that's why prices continue to go higher because we don't have enough oil. Therefore, if we cut out another 10% of that oil, prices are going to go rapidly higher because we have even less supply and more demand equals prices must go higher. I've talked about this in previous videos. You all know that, right? But here's the thing. So over the weekend here, the administration and Congress has been talking about this Russian oil embargo. It is not a for sure thing quite yet, but they're looking into it because of, the conflict going on between Russia and Ukraine. Now, as a result of this, the futures market, again, like I said a minute ago, we're going off the grid here, but I hope you can stick with me on this because we got to follow this stuff. All right, so on Sunday evenings, the futures market opens up for commodities and the futures market for like gold, precious metals, oil, the indices, things like this. It opens up on Sunday evenings. It just opened up a couple hours ago. Well, let me tell you the numbers. On Friday, oil closed at $115 per barrel of oil. Check this out. It just opened up a couple hours ago on the futures market, which is where oil trades on the futures market. It just opened up a couple hours ago at $130 per barrel. It went up $15 per barrel. That is massive price increase right there. My point is, all of this directly relates to Yes, gas prices that we pay right here. So when I said just a minute ago, when I said that those experts are going to be 100% correct about $4 per gallon gas tomorrow, yeah, dead on. They will be absolutely 100% correct. In fact, I'd probably come out right now and I'd say tomorrow or here within the next couple of days, we're probably going to see national averages of gas probably pushing $4.50 a gallon, probably even more than that. And honestly, we're going to see $5 before we know it. We're probably going to see $5 within the next, I don't even want to guess, probably within the next couple of weeks. It's probably not going to be very long, especially if this embargo actually goes into effect. Yeah, you better believe we're going to see some very, very high prices. California, in some areas, like I said in the other video, is already seeing $6 and $7 per gallon gas in some areas of Los Angeles County. That is huge. I mean, seriously, we're going to be pushing $7, $8, maybe $10 a gallon in California, some areas, before long. Seriously, this stuff is coming. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. We've got to watch this very closely. Now, of course, the administration did talk about the 30 million barrels of oil that they're going to release from the reserves and all this stuff. Okay, it's going to help a teeny tiny bit. Not much. It's not going to bring prices back down to where they need to be. It's not going to do a whole lot. It may help a little bit, but that is about it. So, at the same time, the indices, the futures market, as far as the futures for like the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P, things like this, these are down anywhere between about 1 and almost 2%, depending on the indices. But again, tomorrow is probably going to be a pretty bad day when it comes to the market, probably rolling over once again and moving their way lower. So this is something we've got to watch here very closely. Now again, over the weekend here, there's been a lot of different things developing here with the Russia and Ukraine situation. The president of Ukraine was out and he actually had a meeting with all members of Congress on Saturday in a virtual meeting. By the way, it wasn't personal, it was a virtual meeting. But in that meeting, he was calling on Congress to impose a no-fly zone over Ukraine. I want to let you know what this means because this could be actually a serious situation. So here's the deal. Basically what happens is if there is a no-fly zone that is actually put into place over Ukraine, according to what they're saying, again, I'm no expert on this stuff. I'm just based on the research that I've done and what I've been finding on this. They're saying that if any nation, the United States, the UK, or anybody like this, imposes a no-fly zone over Ukraine, essentially they have also agreed to participate in the war over there. So basically what they're saying is we will not be imposing a no-fly zone over Ukraine because if that happens, then I guess we're just basically telling everybody, hey, we're joining in, and we do not want to do that. The United States does not want to get involved other than maybe supplying them with the things that we're supplying them with. Other than that, we don't want to get involved. We do not want to get involved with this. I know that there's a lot of people out there that say, yes, we want to get involved and all this stuff. We really don't want to get involved with this. It's not going to be a pretty situation. We do not want to get involved in this conflict. I know it's a very controversial thing, but I'm telling you what is going on right here. Now, also, over the weekend as well, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, was also out mentioning that the sanctions that were put on Russia were also akin to declaration of war. That's not a good thing either. Now, again, I'm not really sure what the rule books say on all this stuff. I'm not even sure, is there really a rule book? I mean, I've been following this stuff pretty closely here over the last week and a half or so, and it seems that there is kind of a rule book. I don't know. It's very intriguing to me. I'm just very fascinated by this whole thing. Again, not in a good way. I wish that this whole thing was over and that there was peace in the world, but again, this is kind of what we're dealing with, and it's very interesting to watch this thing play out. But anyway, Vladimir Putin did say that these sanctions that were put on Russia is akin to declaration of war. Well, again, that is his interpretation. I'm not really sure what the rule book says on this, but it doesn't really matter what the rule book says. It matters what his interpretation is. We got to be aware of this stuff. We've got to be aware of this stuff because kind of scary situation. Let's be real with ourselves. Now, at the same time, I also did find some information that apparently Putin did ask his, I'm not sure what they're called, his people, like his, I don't know what they're called. I'm being honest with you. I don't know what they're called. Like his, like President Biden has like a cabinet, right? So whoever the people are for President Putin's like cabinet people, apparently he asked them to supply him with a list of all the countries and nations that actually put sanctions on Russia. Again, why? Please, why? Why do you got to get a list? I don't like lists. It's not a fun thing, right? I don't want to be on the list. Anyway, so he's asking them to supply him with a list. Again, we don't want to be on that list. It's not a good thing, right? Again, I know that this is kind of a controversial topic, but here's the deal. This is the time that we're living through right now. We've got to watch all this stuff very closely because we don't want to get involved, right? But anyway, so there's some big things going on here, but mostly oil prices jumping significantly as the futures market just opened up here a couple hours ago, $130 per barrel. This means we're for sure 100% going to see $4+ per gallon of gas here, probably starting tomorrow already, pretty much across the entire country with no hesitation. Prices will be up significantly on gas prices right away tomorrow. Now, I'm sure some places around the country will, of course, probably have much higher prices than that as well, but this is kind of just some numbers that we're looking at as of right now. So again, this is going to be very interesting to watch going forward as well, and we will have to see. But yeah, some big developments here, and this whole global situation and the controversy or the conflict, over in the European region is it just seems to continue ratcheting higher each and every day, and it's not really a good thing. A lot of people are trying to work toward peace and trying to get this whole thing resolved, and there was actually a ceasefire here over the last couple of days where they tried to remove some civilians and allow them to get out, and didn't happen. It sounded like it worked for a little while, and then all of a sudden it just erupted again, and they started going back at each other. So again, a very hostile situation over there, and honestly, just hope everybody was doing okay. Seriously, I honestly don't even know what else to say about this. It's just a very interesting time that we are in right now, and honestly, it's kind of like on pins and needles, kind of watching it play by play, and hopefully some kind of resolution will come of this. But ultimately, right here on the homeland of the United States, we need to watch this very closely because, as I said, oil prices do indicate pretty much the price of everything, right? All of these increased prices on oil and energy will roll back, and it will actually impact us at the grocery store when we buy our foods and our products and stuff like that, because it needs to get to the store somehow, and it's usually carried by a semi, which, runs on diesel. In most situations, there are some electric ones, but not very many. Mostly it's diesel, things like this. Energy prices, ultimately, if they need to recover those costs, those additional costs somewhere, so they just tack it right onto the prices of these products that we buy. So we've got to watch this. Anyway, wow, yeah, I know. Like I said, we're going off the grid a little bit. Honestly, I don't really love talking about this stuff a ton here on the channel. I'm not going to sit and focus on this in all the videos, but the deal is I want you to know what is going on right now. So I hope you filled your car up with gas over the weekend, because tomorrow it's going to be ugly. I'm positive, 100% positive that prices will go substantially higher at gas pumps all across the entire country starting tomorrow. Unless for some reason there's some developments that happen overnight that say, oh no, just kidding, we're going to continue bringing Russian gas in or Russian oil in. If that's the case, then we can maybe see prices come back down to maybe the 115 range where we saw them end on Friday. But honestly, probably not likely, just being real with you. So anyway, yeah, I hope this one helps you out. Again, I know, totally random, totally off the grid here. We usually don't talk about this stuff, but wanted to come back and share with you this stuff because seriously, we're living through a very unique time right now, and we just got to watch all of it very closely because it's going to impact us. Whether we like it or not, it is going to impact us, and I want you to be aware of what is coming. So please stay safe out there. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other 2,200 videos right here on the channel. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in